My name is Candice Kaye, and I'm a textile designer. You feel something different from a well-designed space. And I wanted to do something that would enhance that, and that was sort of like always like my vision when I went to textile design. I was sitting in Indigo, and this is before I went to New York and discovered textile design. I was reading a book by Alice Temperley, who is still a huge inspiration of mine. And she's a brilliant fashion designer, but went to school for textile. And that was like my first introduction to that industry altogether. And then I had gone to Europe right after I read that. And when I walked into that warehouse, I was like, this is exactly what I'm gonna be doing. And then everything, and I know this sounds so crazy, but it was like a rush of like, oh my God, I found it. And I think because my vision was so big, I was like, I'm gonna do wallpaper, I'm gonna do rugs and cutlery, and anything with a surface is textile design. And so because that vision was so big, the leaps that I took didn't really feel like leaps, because it was like, this is where I wanna go, and if this is what I have to do to get there, then that's what I have to do to get there. It was sort of like a mindless, like, of course I'm gonna go to New York. That's what I have to do. I have to go to school. I have to figure out how to do this on my own. I had just finished doing a cafe in New York called Mama. We became really good friends. And out of nowhere, she was just like, you should be doing your own collections. You should be starting to do something now that you sort of have a cafe behind you. I picked wallpaper because it was the cheapest thing that I could print on. Like, to do the minimums with fabric would cost hundreds of dollars, but when I'm interning and you're living in New York City, you don't have that kind of money laying around. The timing was so perfect because wallpaper became a thing at that point, and I just sort of ran with it. People wanted it, and I was just like, okay, that's the route I'm gonna have to take, then I'll go with wallpaper. So the style of my work, I love to play with scale. I love to play with color. And I think that's what makes my work different. I'm not afraid to do big, bold prints. I'm not afraid to work with color and deep blues and reds. And I think clients come to me because they want something different and they want something outside of the box. They want to do something, they want to put something on their walls that has never been seen before, has never been done before. And that's something that I can give them. When I started making collections, I made them for nobody. The more that I made stuff, the more that people just started coming, and the clients that came to me were hospitality, were in the restaurant industry. Microsoft, they all just came. I think I didn't intend to go into that commercial route. If it wasn't for the internet, I don't know what I would do. I've been blogging since I was past 9 years. From blogging, it gave me the courage to put myself out there, and I know how vulnerable and how scary that can feel. Because I was doing it for so long, I built this sort of confidence that I really didn't care if anyone liked it or not. And because I had that sense of self and authenticity with all of my stuff that I think I've carried throughout my career up until this point, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna make my whole world of Candice Kaye, and then all the blogging experience and photography experience and video experience, design experience sort of just like fit. Put yourself out there and put your work out there and think of creative ways to get people engaged in your work.